I think we don't have any choice in if they don't want to accept the responsibility. I don't think.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think I would agree. So I would make the motion that we let this contract die with the death of the original participant.
Can we I'll second that motion. Can we reappropriate that money?
The money's already been paid. It's now that you're stating that the board will not pursue reimbursement of what's the word you want to say?
Yeah.
You're not, if the practice fails, you all are not going to pursue repayment of the cost share funds.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
What kind of money are we talking about? Does anybody have a total on that?
Let me pull it up. Come on, computer.
I guess money and then lifespan would be my two questions.
It's a 15-year lifespan.
Wow.
With the two instances, they received $26,637 for the first one and $34,950 for the second. So $61,587 in cost share.
Now, the rules say that when a death of a participant happens, that the board has the option of letting their heirs out or not.
Let me go to the manual. It does make it nice when you do an electronic meeting. You can just go to stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In the case of the death of the applicant, the requirement to return cost share funds may be waived, but an official action of the district board waiving this requirement must be recorded in the minutes.
How long has the practice been in practice, or has it been?
It was paid, let me go back to that page. They were paid in December 2019.
Yeah. Would it be acceptable to wait until the trustees weigh in on this? Do they have any?
They right now that the heir is saying he is planning to maintain them, he just does not want to be liable for the 15-year lifespan. So we are able to then capture this under voluntary BMPs. But since the trustees, we follow the VAX guidelines, this is the guideline that there's nothing really the trustees can do.
So they will follow the practice. They just don't want to be held responsible.
Yes, they realize 15 years is a long time. That was his father's commitment, not his.
Right. As long as they continue the practice, I don't have any real problem with letting them go with the responsibility.
I don't know. My only issue with it is that, what was it, $26,000 in less than a year, and now they don't want to go forward with it. I mean, saying that they'll do it voluntarily versus, I don't know. It's I think it'd be a pretty hard pill to swallow for that much money over having just got it within a year.
I agree with all that.
Open for discussion.
What was that, Ricky? Hear you.
Rick, you want to repeat what you said? We missed it. I think he's frozen up.
Yeah.
There he is.
Hey, Rick, can you repeat what you said? None of us heard you. You froze there for a second.
Oh, I did? Boy,
Yeah.
That's a picture, isn't it? No, I think the floor is open for discussion. I think we need to talk about this, quite honestly. I mean, are there conditions like, they said they're gonna continue this. They don't want to be responsible, but what happens if they sell this in a year? You know, there's all kinds of theoreticals, but the point is, they got $61,000+ to do a project. And yes, the dad agreed to it. And they don't care to agree to it. But that's a pretty significant amount of money. I don't know whether, I think we need to be careful how we word this as to yay or nay. I mean, we could yay it with reservations on it, or maybe not.
And again, this would only be in the case if the practice comes up for spot check and we see something has failed. So as long as it's still functioning, we will not pursue return of cost share. If it also helps for you all to consider, they are planning to enroll another piece of land that is owned in the mother's name for DuPont this year.
So
They are.
that makes it even stranger. So they're willing to sign up for another one that's going to be monitored, but they don't want to continue with the previous agreement to have that monitored. So basically signing up for more money, but not maintaining accountability for the funds that they've already received.
Yeah, that throws a monkey wrench in it. I'm kind of like Bobby. I think that's kind of strange.
Yeah. What's our other option? Our other option is to keep it on the books, and it could be 10 years down the road and they sell it or they rip out the fence or whatever, and then we would potentially ask for money back then.
Yeah.
But I was kind of under the impression that that this was a rule in VAX that you weren't that if the participant was to die, that we were supposed to let them out of the contract. But it sounds like we have the option. So I'm thinking I want to rescind my my motion.
I'll accept that, and we could start over or ask, is there a deadline on when we need to do this?
We would only need to revisit this then if we spot check this and notice there's either cattle in the buffer and they don't get the cows out, or fences down, crossings destroyed. So we would only then really revisit this once we spot check or verify the practice, and even see if then if we need to return cost share funds.
Can we reduce it to a 5 or a 10-year lifespan? Is that possible?
That's going to be a question I'll have to ask the trustees.
What was the total dollar amount over the two payments?
$61,587 and some change.
Why don't you ask the trustees if we can reduce it to a 5 or 10-year thing from 15 and see what their thought process is. I don't know. It hadn't been a year yet. We're already pulling out of it.
I move to table this until we get some information from the Board of Trustees on whether we can reduce the lifespan.
I'll second that motion.
Would the people be willing to accept the lower time frame?
The only thing I'm thinking is this is going to screw up their Chesapeake Bay model credits.
How's that?
Can I ask? I know that normally SL6s are at least a 10-year lifespan.
Is it possible to re-engage with the landowner again about whether or not they'll want to continue monitored practices for longer, since they are saying they're going to sign up for another one?
Well, and this is one participant that originally was going to sign a transfer of responsibility form. We approved his transfer of responsibility form to transfer it. That would have been our August meeting. And then he decided not to sign.
Do you know why?
I know John was working with him and he said he thought on it some more, and since it was on rented ground, they did not know now with his dad passing away if they would have that property for 15 years.
Oh, it's on rented ground.
Yes. The one that they are planning to propose for DuPont, this funding is on owned land.
I see.
All the plot thickens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, you all can table it and pursue this then if it does come up that we do need to return cost share funds. It might be it is maintained for 15 years.
Right.
We
Well,
have
we do have
sometimes
a mo-
people pass away and they don't even tell us. So
yeah. Well, we do have a motion and second to table. I want to move on that. And we just need to gather some more information. It's not that we won't reconsider. We can pull it off the table. All right, you ready to vote for table? Okay, Otis, yea or nay? Yeah. Okay, Wendy,
Yes.
DeBose, Bobby,
Yes.
Buzz,
Yes.
and Darren.
Yes.
All right, it passes. So that is tabled, and we hope to gather more information. And if you have questions, let's get them to John because he's the staff member in charge, and see what kind of answers we can get to him. Thank you. All right, next agenda item is annual report for the district. I hope y'all got the colored information that was in your packet. I thought staff did a great job putting it together. And do we need to accept this?
I do not know if we need approval on the annual report. This is just a grant deliverable item that Rhonda had to have to mark by September 30th. So this
I
will
don't ever remember having to approve that.
Yeah, so this is just for your records. This is now going on the website and being shared with any stakeholders as such. So.
Well, it's great information. And if y'all have contacts out there that need to know more, definitely get a copy of this and get it to them. I think it's great PR. And it's quite a testament to what all the staff gets done in a year's time. So thank you for doing that.
Yes, Kathy had said that once you guys kind of looked over it and blessed it, then that's when I would send everything out. So I have a long list of, I think it's 70 or more people that I'm going to mail this to this upcoming week.
Great. Well, we want to keep Rhonda busy.
I don't think you need to worry about that. I think Rhonda stays busy.
Yeah, I know that. All right, well, we're giving it our blessings, Rhonda, so you go right ahead.
Thank you.
Now, the next item on the agenda is the annual plan of work. And this is the multicolored lined several pages that basically is an outline of what we do month per month. And we need to officially record that we have looked at this plan as we have to a couple of times a year, because this is a grant item, right, Rachel? Rhonda?
Yes.
I think it is. So I would, well, let's just say the floor is open. If we can give our blessings to what we see here.
I'll make a motion that we approve the annual plan of work for the fiscal year 2021 as presented.
A second.
Okay, any more discussion? It is very proving or telling. If you go down through there, like that RW is Miss Rachel Winters. And so everybody, including Rick, is assigned certain things. And it's just a nice little calendar to preview before you get caught not doing something. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion on this? Okay, let's proceed to vote. Roll call, Darren,
Aye.
Buzz,
Aye.
Bobby,
Aye.
DeBose,
Aye.
Wendy,
Aye.
and Otis.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And I would just say, directors, be sure to look through this and ask questions, because that's what it's there for. And what we're really looking for when we update is what applies or what's going out from our normal operations that we need to make changes to that so it's accurate. Thank you. Okay, we've got next to the reopening plan, temporary infectious disease policies. It says policy, but policies. Somebody's going to talk to me.
I guess I'll start.
Okay.
Has gone through what's been presented to us by the Virginia Soil and Water Conservation District, Augusta County, etc. And hers is very thorough. Kendall has liked it, has thought she did a really good job. It reflects what are the requirements. And I think when the directives for us and the regulations for us say things are required, whether we really, like it or prefer to do it or not, I think we have a mandate to also include statements as far as requiring. It's very, like I said, it's very comprehensive. Some of it is, even for staff to sort of check in as far as the self-check and self-assessment each day, etc. It's a lot, but again, it's what they say we need to do. And remember, this is temporary, hopefully, long temporary, but it's temporary, and it's to protect our staff and protect, all of our partners, etc. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, the procedures are in effect, correct? They're pretty well mandated by the state.
I believe they are. Rachel, you want to?
Yeah, so that's kind of what this first paragraph is the purpose of this policy is in response to this Code of Virginia 25-2020 emergency standards. Which
Do we need a motion?
Yeah, it requires all employees and employers in Virginia to follow this code. So
Do we need a motion to approve this policy?
we approve all our other policies, so that's why it's on here.
All right, roll it up to the top, please. Right, yeah, there you go. I make a motion that the Headwaters Soil and Water Conservation District Emergency Temporary Policy and Procedures Infectious Disease Prevention be approved as written.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and second. More discussion? Any discussion?
Who seconded that? I'm sorry.
It was me.
Who's me?
It's Darren if you
Darren.
can.
Yeah.
Thank
My name
you.
pops
Thank
up on
you,
the bottom. It should.
Yeah,
Is this the one that the directors need to send
Yeah,
the
per,
portion of this one?
let me scroll down. Per OSHA, when a director, an elected official or appointed official is in our workplace or conducting district work, they are also required to follow these guidelines, and it's in here somewhere.
At
I
the,
think it was page 21 through 23, if I remember correctly.
Yes, here it is. One of the suggestions from Terry Higgins was to actually create her words were safe and healthy workplace policy. So these was her example policy that we took. All I did was edit it because she actually had people signing twice. She had people signing to follow personal hygiene, and then she had people signing to follow workplace and social distancing requirements. So I just edited it so it's one thing.
Anything from Terry Higgins is going to be extremely detailed.
Yeah. So it's her wording exactly. But per OSHA, all volunteers, directors, part-time, full-time staff, interns, anyone that is conducting district business is required to follow the Code of Virginia guidelines.
any more discussion? Rachel and I have had a lot of discussion. Okay, we have a motion and second. Let's do affirmative votes. Otis,
Aye.
Wendy,
Aye.
DeBose,
Aye.
Bobby.
I vote no.
Okay, Buzz
aye.
and Darren.
Aye.
Okay, we record a motion passes. And so this will be the policy as submitted. All right, that's all I have on the agenda. Does anyone else have something to bring forward to the directors at this time?
What are we looking at for our next meeting, in person or Zoom meeting?
I think we'll probably do Zoom. Then we don't have to worry about following all these procedures.
All right.
Well, I'd say that's, I mean, yeah, if we need people there, I think that's probably what we'll have to do.
Yeah, just do Zoom.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're still allowed to do Zoom through December currently.
okay.
Okay. And we have an area business meeting coming up November, what, the 19th, I think.
19th, yes. You all should
Yeah.
have received an email. There's a registration link that will be via Zoom as well.
And the procedures we'll use, in other words, if voting takes place, you'll have a little thing you can push yay or nay. You don't have to do a roll call like we do in these meetings. I like it. It speeds things up and gives you more control. You can zoom in, zoom out, just listen, whatever. So I would encourage all of you to put that date on and plan on joining. It's going to be short and sweet. You don't get to communicate with each other over the Zoom, but it's effective. So we're going to use it. All right. Anybody else have any comments?
I've got one just real quick for everybody.
Yes.
If you're around Stanton tomorrow from 10 to 2, we're doing a cleanup of Lewis Creek, starting at the end of New Hope Road at the lower entrance of VSDB, working towards Statler. We're doing that, like I said, about 4 hours tomorrow, and more the merrier. I got bags and gloves and vests and whatever you might need if you want to get in the water and get some of the plastic and stuff out. Other than that, sorry I couldn't be at the meeting earlier this month, I had to make a trip down to North Carolina for work. So I'm trying to schedule those as best I can around our meetings, but sometimes I don't have control over them.
Well, we
Thank you, Rick.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Rachel, for all your hard work. You and Rick,
And Rhonda too.
Okay,
and Rhonda too.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Unless anybody else has any business, we're going to adjourn this and sign off. Thank you all very much.
Bye.
Thank you.